gosh, thank you so much for moving this to today.
Yeah,
Um,
no problem.
yeah, it's been ain't crazy town, so but in good ways.
That's
So
good. Does that mean you
yeah,
got a new client to replace the old one?
not yet, but
Okay.
I actually have like three prospects that came out of nowhere. So great
Yay!
number.
That is
Yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah, so it's looking good in that respect. So one of them will at least hit, if not all of them. And if it happens, then I have to hire somebody. But that's
Hey,
fine.
that's a good problem to have,
Exactly. I am okay with those problems. So
right?
how
Or
are you?
high class problem, as I would say.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Things are just nuts. It's a crazy time at my 9 to 5 job, and a bunch of other things are going on as well right now. So just kind of trying to like stay afloat.
Yep. I hear you. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But definitely good problems, and I'm going home next week for a while, like for about 10 days. So that'll be a nice and chill experience.
Awesome. Where's
Yeah.
home?
I'm from Peoria, like outside of Peoria.
Okay, it's not that far. Okay.
No, not too far, but middle of cornfield kind of area. Trump land
Yes.
for sure.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Did you watch the debate at all last night?
I did. That one was much easier
Did
to
you?
watch than the last one. I mean,
Yeah.
I love,
Yeah,
I
that
love,
last one.
I love Kamala. I think she's gonna do a good job. She gives me a little bit of faith in if
Yes.
he gets elected. But
Yeah.
it's just constantly infuriating. How about you?
Yeah, I could not after so I begrudgingly watched the first debate, and then after that, I was like, even though I knew that this one would at least be more civil, I was just like, nope. I know that she's going to be able to hold her own. Like I know who I'm voting for. I'm
Yep.
not going to watch. I actually had a very fun time watching everyone's reactions to it on
Yeah.
Facebook. That was actually fun.
Right. It's
So
definitely like you
all the
can anticipate all the memes coming out, and especially with her facial expressions, you're just like, oh God, that's gonna be a
yes,
good one.
yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm almost sad that sorry, the dog is like making me throw the ball at him.
Oh, you're
Um,
fine.
that's the
I get
dangers
it.
of working from the couch. Um, is that you're accessible to the dog. And but yeah, it was really fun to see like the fly swatter ad come out right away, the fly gifts all of a sudden, and then her like I'm speaking, and I
Yep.
was like, yes, like you tell him. So
Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy town.
it
But
is.
anyway, let's talk about your money. So,
Yeah,
did you end up creating a budget with those spreadsheets?
I did not.
Ah!
I'm sorry. I like opened it earlier and I'm like, oh God, she's gonna kill me. I didn't do any of this at all.
I'm totally not gonna
Um,
kill you.
okay.
So then did you do Mint? What did you do?
Well, what ended up happening is I thought that there was a fraudulent charge on my debit card, and so it ended up getting canceled, and that saved me a whole bunch of money this month.
Oh no!
So I'm okay with it because it made me realize that like there were still some subscriptions that were lingering, and I was like, oh, cancel, cancel,
Oh,
cancel.
well, that's good.
Oh, that declined. Great, you're
Yes,
getting canceled.
right. Oh man, but
So yeah.
I guess
So
your no spend month was out of necessity then.
yeah. Well, I actually like let it like ride because I was like, well, I didn't want to spend money anyways. I'm like, this is gonna make like force my hand,
Yeah.
and so I was actually gonna just log into the bank to actually see like how much did I actually spend in um last month, and I don't think it was very much. So um
So then did any of your payments like that, like your recurring payments, none of those got caught up in that? Or anything that you needed to pay, like utilities, bills?
no.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, no, nothing. Well, it also forced me to move some things over to the business, which is good. Because I've
That's
kind of
good.
meaning to do that. There were like three things that were just kind of lingering that were still on my personal card. That somehow, I don't even know how that. I probably pulled out the wrong card at some point, uh, but those are all where they should be. So hooray! Now I get to write those off in taxes properly.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, so I did not. I don't know. Nothing important got disrupted.
That's good. Okay, cool.
Um, Yeah, because the mortgage comes out of the joint checking account. That money was already moved over. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so I've just been like fixing them as I am like, oh, okay, this one I need to do. Like, okay, great. We'll work on lights.
Yeah.
Like the electric bill, we'll pay that.
Yeah. You know, like the important stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Well, that's good.
Shoot, okay. I can't talk and look at this at the same time. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Statements. Like it should just tell me what September was, right?
Well, it depends on your bank, but yeah, theoretically.
Okay. View. I should know that. Oh, well, that's not helpful. Well, altogether, I ended up spending $4,337. Here, I can just share. Let's share the whole screen. Oh, so this is from August 15th.
Okay. So that would, I mean, that's still a month, but it would include like your mortgage and all that stuff.
Right. So yeah, so this is about where I'm at now. So.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not true. No, I'm at 800 right now. So.
Okay. So.
And I haven't paid myself for this month yet.
Okay. So I guess with today's time, knowing that we didn't put together a spreadsheet yet, which is totally fine. What do you want to spend time putting together the spreadsheet? Or before we get to that, I guess, did you end up calling TransUnion to find out about that Amex card or the drop in your credit score?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
That's just something, I mean, it's nothing urgent because it's not, it's not necessarily something that's going to make or break you or change anything right now. But at least you'll have a little bit more information on that. I was just curious if you had gotten any update.
No, but I did see that my credit went back up.
Okay, so it went back up to like the normal amount?
It went to, I think it jumped from 514 to 524.
Okay. So it's slowly going back up. I'm still curious, though, if, obviously you don't have to look into it, but if you did want to know more information on it and see if that's something
I do.
Especially since you have the paperwork to show that you paid it. Maybe that's something they're going to be able to work with you on.
Okay. I'll put that in here.
Yeah, I would say keep that as a homework item for sure. And then I know it sounds like you got done on canceling a bunch of outstanding items like Netflix and what else. So we're going to cross that off.
Yes. So, there were some other like apps that I was still subscribed to that I didn't realize were even there. Mm-hmm. So that's annoying, knowing that like I didn't realize that they're there and it was a waste of money because I wasn't using them. I'm trying to think of what else there was. There were a couple other like really small things like that. So nothing huge, but But
hey, it helps you. It all helps.
Every little bit, right?
That's awesome. So, okay, so
I still have about 1,000, a little more than 1,000 in savings.
Awesome.
So I'm going to work on, once I can get one of these clients, I'll work on continuing to contribute to that.
Awesome. Good deal. I'm glad you still have that a little over 1,000. What about, did you decide what to do with the gym?
Oh, I'm still like wrangling with that. Wrestling with it is actually the word I think I want. I didn't really go much last month. So I was like, okay, well, she's right. I'm not gonna probably use it the whole ton. But then I was like, but I want to go.
Well, I mean, I would definitely spend some more time thinking about it. It's an extra $200 a month that you could save, which, the new clients could come on in a couple of weeks and you decide, all right, I don't need to cancel it. So, maybe give yourself that deadline, or if I get these 3 clients, then I don't have to, or if I get this 2, whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously you're still alive and nothing horrible happened because you didn't cancel, so that's okay.
No, I know, but there's still something that I've just been like, I have been like going back. I'm like, I'm going to cancel it. I'm like, don't cancel.
Or even the 9-month pause from now until, because the weather will be cold anyway, and you've been using it for the rooftop and things like that. So, 9 months, give yourself some extra buffer to save some money.
Yeah.
But obviously up to you.
Right.
Obviously up to you.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, I know I'm right too.
I know. But I'm just like, why am I hung up on this? So I'm trying to figure that out.
Maybe it's because I'm telling you to do it. And so I'll just tell you, don't do it. Just keep it. It's fine.
Just keep it. It's fine. No, because even before working with you, I'm like, I should probably, like, if anything goes, like, that's something that should probably go. So it's not because you're telling me to.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. I have some weird attachment to that place for some reason. So,
is it a kind of place where you could get a day pass?
Yeah, but it's like $30 a day, and that just seems ridiculous to me.
But that'll be cheaper if you go twice or 3 times a month than paying for, so like maybe you could say or convince yourself like, okay, I can still allow myself to go twice in a month and save $120.
Yeah, right.
So you don't have to say goodbye permanently.
Yeah. But I can't pause it and do a day pass. That's a problem.
Really?
And if I don't think so. Actually, I should ask about that. I'm making the assumption that you can't do that, but I should find out about that.
Yeah, I would check, because then at least you could negotiate with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
And it would still save you money.
That could work. I'm at least saving something, and I'm still getting like a little something. Exactly. The other thing I was thinking is asking my parents to do the sign up for a Peloton, and then I would just pay them, because there's no way I'm going to get that 0% financing option or whatever. And I was like, well, if I do that, that's less than $100 a month, and it's still exercise, but I don't have to leave my house, and I'm not spending it in the gym.
Right.
So
right.
I haven't asked them about that, but I don't know. Is that a good option?
It's up to you. I mean, if you're still saving $100, sure. And if it's your parents buying it and you're paying them, it's obviously not going to affect your credit. So, I mean, if you think long term you're going to use the Peloton instead of wanting to go to the gym, great. But if you are planning on going back to the gym eventually, then you're looking at $300 a month in addition, And I don't know how long it would take you to pay off the Peloton. But I know they have a monthly subscription fee too for using, like you have to use their classes. And I think that's like $30 a month or something.
I don't remember. I think you're probably right. I don't remember. You're right. There's the subscription for sure.
Yeah. So it's kind of just take a look at all the numbers, and do you really think that you're going to want to do that long term versus going back to your gym eventually?
I probably would want to go back to the gym.
So it might end up costing you more in the long run if it's not something, and you could talk to people too to see how long they've been using it, but it's all about knowing yourself and what are you really going to want to do. Because let's say it cost you $130 a month. Like if you did that in the long run, yes, it would save you money. But if you ended up rejoining the gym because you like people time, you like the extra accommodations and all those things, like
it's more that.
I wouldn't honestly encourage you at this point in your life to buy any big purchase item, if I'm being totally honest. Like I would instead focus on retraining your habits instead of thinking, what else can I buy? Think, what can I do that I already have? Or what can I do that's, within, like you have Beachbody, that's something that you already have. And that's something you can already work with. So maybe try and focus on reframing, not what else can I do with what I've got right now.
Okay.
So that's what I would encourage you to do. Obviously, just my 2 cents.
No, that's great. That's what I want your help. I want your 2 cents. I would like 4 of your cents. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
No, thank you so much. No, that's awesome. Yeah, and I don't really need like other things.
Right.
Because I was also thinking like, well, where the f am I gonna put that?
Right. Well, and that's the thing too. And I know your ultimate goal is to be able to live in a tiny house or spend time being a nomad. So getting yourself more stuff that's going to tie you down, like I don't see that really being in line with the things that you really want.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. So,
thank you.
Okay. Fidelity. I'm assuming you didn't end up figuring out that, which is totally fine.
No.
Okay.
I did not.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to go anywhere, but eventually you'll want to pick some funds out of there and pick some, or if you want to do stocks and bonds or whatever it is you want to do. I'll just include that on your list of things to do again. And then
I think I have to call them because I hit a wall.
Okay.
When I tried to log in.
I feel so bad for how many people you've had to call.
What's that?
I feel like I'm always telling, like, your homework is always call this, call that. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I make you call so many people.
That's awesome.
All right, so
that's totally fine. I talk to people all day. That's like my job.
That's
so
good.
That's fine.
So yeah, definitely I would put that on your list of things to do. It's not super urgent. It's not going anywhere, but it would be nice to at least start selecting things in there because the stock market's pretty low. So if you're going to pick a time to pick some, and who knows, it could go down more here in the future, but you know.
I could just probably I'll know when I go in there, but do you suspect that there's like, I could just do like a, what's the index fund? The Spider?
I don't remember the code for it, but there's tons of them. So if you do a search for Fidelity low cost index funds, there's a ton. Mm-hmm. They even have no cost index funds. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. I might have sent it to you before, but I would just do a little bit of research on the best. And if you want to go with index funds, if just do a little bit of research, you'll find tons of articles on, the best, and you'll get a lot of different opinions, obviously. But as long as it's, you can look at a total market index fund, which will essentially, you would be buying every stock in the market, which is a really nice diversified one. The other option, so a lot of people, have I talked to you about the 3-fund portfolio before?
No.
Okay, so the 3-fund portfolio, a very simple investing strategy and a very lazy investing strategy that usually outperforms like 99% of actively managed funds, is a total market index fund that's in the United States, a total market international index fund, and then a total market bond fund. Basically, you're buying every publicly traded stock or bond by doing that. And your allocation and how you want to do your allocation is really up to you and your risk preference. But that's the 3-fund portfolio. And it's the laziest way to do it, and it's also often the highest performing way of doing things. So Fidelity.
I like both of those things.
Right? Same. And we're talking long term. Like, it's not going to be the highest performing thing in a year, but it's, long term, historically, it outperforms a lot of the other options out there. You also, I don't know how much you've got in there. You could also just pick one, one index fund or whatever, or you can pick a bunch. It just depends on what you want to do. I like simple stuff. So that's,
I think it was like 1,700.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
In my brain for some reason.
Okay. Yeah. So you can play, I mean, if you want to do the 3-fund and divide it into 3 funds, you could do that, or, whatever. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat.
If you said depending on risk tolerance, I'm assuming bonds would be lower risk, and then in U.S. market higher risk.
No, I would say really just stocks. The index funds that aren't bonds are your higher risk in general than going with bonds. And when I say your risk preference, so experts a lot of the time recommend your portfolio should have your age. So if you subtract your age from 100, that number is what you should have percentage-wise in bonds. And then the other percentage is what you should have in stocks. So if you're 30 years old, theoretically, you'd subtract 30 from 70, 70% should be in stocks and 30 should be in bonds. And that's just because you have a longer time to retirement as you get into retirement, you want to stabilize your portfolio, and that's why you shift more into bonds.
Got it. I've known that premise of like, de-risking as you get older. But I didn't know so take your age, subtract from 100. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. And I mean, you don't have to do that either. It's just one guideline. When I say risk preference too, it depends on a lot of factors. You also don't have any kids. You have a dog who you have to worry about, and you do have some bills that you need to pay. But like, you may have an even higher risk preference because you're like, you know what, I'm not retiring for a while, but it truly just depends on you. So index funds.
I would probably pretend like I'm 30 and do 70% stock. And,
right?
30% for all of those reasons. I'm like, well, what the hell do I have? I'm like, I just looked it up, and it's actually $1,500. It's just shy of $1,500.
So it's not
like, I would probably put most of it into stocks. So.
Right. There you go. So that's what I would, or those are some strategies. And then if you do go into the 3 fund, like Fidelity will have total market index funds, and so you're aware, index funds in general are less risky, period. So just because they're already diversified, so you're not just buying Apple, you're buying like Apple, Amazon, Walmart, all of those different things. So
right. Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much. That's so helpful.
Of course.
I completely forgot about the whole Fidelity thing.
No worries. It's not super urgent or anything. It's just one of those things that, you can get done.
Yeah, exactly. It's sitting there. Okay, call TransUnion, Fidelity account. I need to fix that. I'll select index fund and do a 70-30 allocation for those 3 types of index funds. I will do the budget. It's funny, the only thing that's in my bank statements is it's Venmo.
Oh, that's so funny. So you're like, I actually don't know.
I had to actually pay with in person.
Yeah.
So I have to actually backtrack and think that, like, what was that? I'm like, I got a haircut.
Well, and the budget thing too, like, it should be pretty easy for you to put together that spreadsheet budget because you've already got it made in Mint. You know what I mean? Because you've got your totals on what you want to spend in each category on Mint. Essentially, you're just going to go into the spreadsheet and you're going to write out your categories and drop in those totals. And we could look at that now, too.
That would be great.
Yeah. So go ahead and pull up the spreadsheet and then also pull up your Mint.
Okay. So... Okay, so that's this one, and then Mint.
And you prefer monthly, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, so let's
go to these side by side.
Perfect. And we'll go to your budget and Mint.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just go in and start editing the categories in the spreadsheet.
Great.
And then are you paying yourself about the same amount, the $3,080?
I'd like to, as soon as I get a new client, I'd like to bump that back up to $6,000.
Okay, sounds good. Well, because then you'll be able to, save more out of that $6,000.
Now that should say 48 paycheck. Actual night.
Oh, wow. Don't delete that. Go over to transactions at the bottom. On this page, on this main summary page, you only want to change stuff that's in orange. Okay. Now you can go through and delete all this.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then whenever you pay yourself, you'll go in there and you'll just enter the date, enter the amount, put paycheck, and then assign the category. Does that make sense?
Wait.
So go back over to your income. And you can delete the date, you can delete the description, you can delete the category. Whenever you decide to pay yourself, all you're going to do is you're going to go into your spreadsheet and you're going to write in the date, the amount, description. If you want it to just be paycheck, it can be paycheck, and then you're just going to pick the category.
Okay.
And then the same like if you get another kind of payment, if you get a bonus, if you get whatever, you can also change those categories on the other page, on the summary page.
Got it. Okay.
And that's where that custom category is. You can change any of those orange things to be something else if you want them to be something else. Those are just like the standard ones.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to do on the left side with all your expenses. We're just going to change all of those so that they mirror what you've got over here in Mint.
Awesome. So as you were going through that, I came up with a really stupid question.
Ask stupid questions. That's totally fine.
So should I duplicate this tab every month so that each tab is a separate month, or?
No, so what you'll actually do instead of duplicating the tabs, if you go over to the file up at the top, you'll just make a copy of the entire worksheet.
Oh, okay. And then just name this whatever month.
Whatever month it is. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And that makes it really easy because you'll go through and you'll be like, okay, I know. I mean, the monthly budget's a lot easier than the biweekly budget too, because like every month, there are certain expenses that are going to be the same. So you'll just automatically have those in. And then if you have any extra or less expenses, you just edit your categories accordingly.
Got it. Okay, great.
So you can go ahead and
I remember having that question before and I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do for next month?
Yeah, it's super easy. That's what's so nice about it. And again, it gets you in that practice of like thinking about your spending and looking at it every day to make sure you're tracking.
Got it.
All right. So yeah, you can delete all of those. Unless, are those yours expenses?
These are real.
Oh, they're real?
Yeah.
Oh, you can keep them in then if you want.
Okay.
Did they already come out of your October budget?
Oh, not yet, but they will.
Well, then I would probably delete them for now. Don't put them in until they come out.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think... Oh, I got signed out. The only thing is the mortgage and Hulu, maybe? No. Oh, this is something that I discovered. I got some random food delivery. I was like, I don't want this. And I got 2 of them and I was like, no, I don't want you.
No
so that was
way.
something I canceled.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's like $40.
Okay, so that'll come on the 16th. So no, that did not come out yet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So, okay. So then we'll delete these for now.
10, 1, 2020. Those happened. Okay.
Perfect. All right, now head on back over to the summary. So then did you already update these categories?
I had done something. I don't remember exactly what though. I remember adding gifts and donations.
Okay. So is this from from the workshop?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. I was going to say, because there's only one in there and it's home and it's $950. And I'm pretty sure when I made the templates, I put $950. So I was like, I'm pretty sure this is like the same, like you worked out of this. That's great. Okay. Yeah. So then let's just pull up your Mint and start making sure that all the categories are what they need to be. And we'll drop in the totals that you're planning on spending for each of those. So we've got first public transportation. If you wanted public transport, I think we had multiple different categories for transportation, didn't we?
Yeah.
So then
there was travel and then and just transportation in general. Then so like Lyft and the bus.
Does that go in public transportation or does that go in general transportation? So you have three
we have
categories:
travel.
transportation, travel, and public transportation.
Oh, what do you recommend? I don't mind combining bus and Lyft.
I can't remember. Let's look. Can you scroll down on your Mint? For some reason, I thought we had other ones. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, public transportation. So I would just leave it transportation, because that'll be transportation or Lyft or whatever, and travel's different. So go ahead and just put 50 there.
Okay.
Bills and utilities, if I remember right, you don't actually have a home phone, so we're not even going to add that. Utilities, you've got that there, 200.
Okay.
Entertainment, we'll have to add. So last month it was a no spend month, so we had 0. Didn't know what you want to do for this month.
What what is entertainment anymore? Is
right.
that
Well, so you have a category for eating out in restaurants, and you've got $150 there. So I don't know. What do you do that would be considered entertainment? Would it be like, I can't remember if we have a coffee shop. I think we used to have a coffee shop category.
Yeah.
So it would, it'd be like coffee would go in there, or
okay.
Whatever
Like
it is. Huh?
Does Hulu go in there?
Yeah, you could put Hulu in there. Or if you had Hulu in a subscription category, you could also do that. I've had clients who do either.
Okay.
What do you want to manage more? Do you want to manage your subscriptions and make sure you're not getting more and more subscriptions? Or do you want to manage like your entertainment budget of, okay, I don't know, I'm entertaining myself too much, or I'm, going out too much. For me, my entertainment budget is also my eating out budget. So
yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's more entertainment to me. So I guess maybe more my subscription budget.
Okay.
Is what I'd rather maintain.
Okay. And then do you want to combine entertainment and eating out into one category?
Combining dining out and what was it? I'm sorry.
And entertainment? And you don't have to. You can keep them separate.
No, because I just changed entertainment to subscription.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
And then I'll leave dining out, because that I will could probably like blow that budget more easily than any other. So
yeah, especially in 2020 and probably 2021 too.
Right. Yeah. I really want to watch this one because I can the few things like experiences and like going out, like eating out, like I have no problem spending money on, which is a problem in and of itself. So
Okay. So then maybe too, I don't think we have an experiences budget, and you won't have like money that you're planning on spending in an experience or entertainment budget. But when you do, when like you're looking ahead at the month and something special is going to happen or whatever, and it doesn't necessarily fit into one of these categories, you can always add a category for entertainment or whatever it is, or experiences or things like that.
Okay. So things like, I was supposed to, earlier in the week, I was supposed to go visit a friend in Denver, and we were supposed to do a hike in Aspen, but my work schedule is too crazy and I had to not do that, unfortunately. Yeah. But is that something that would go into that experiences, or would that be travel?
It's up to you. If you want it to be travel, you could put it in travel. If you want it to be experiences, you could put it in experiences. So if you find that most of your experiences are just travel, you could just keep it as a travel. If you find like, oh, I'm in Chicago and I want to try this crazy new restaurant and it's like above and beyond my standard dining out, you could do that as an experience. It just kind of depends. Or even if it's like yoga. The thing is with these things, you can apply them to multiple different areas if you really wanted to. Because if you think about it, yoga is kind of entertainment. It's kind of health and fitness, but it's also, an experience if it's something new or something that you want to try. So it really just depends for you. Like when you see the word experience, what does that mean to you? And do you even need it as a budget item? The reason some of my clients will put an experience one is because they want to make sure they're spending new money on new experiences, because that like adds value to their life.
Got it.
So for you, that may be something else. That could be, I want to make sure I'm spending money on my health. I want to make sure I'm spending money on travel, whatever it is. So you don't have to have an experiences. You don't have to have an entertainment. It's just what makes the most sense for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't think I need that. I don't need experiences.
Not right now, right? Nobody needs experiences in 2020.
I know, like 2021.
Yeah. Like, well, especially because we're working on I feel like your highest value / priority right now is like getting to that financial stability stage. Like you've worked really hard and you've made a lot of progress getting there, and you're pretty close to having a more decent like savings where you are in that more stable position. So.
Right.
Can save the experiences for when you have more money.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know that I am allowed to have more experiences yet. Like,
right.
I haven't earned those just yet. So, okay.
Okay, cool.
Can you show me how to add category? Because I know I was having trouble with that.
All you do is go to that underneath there. So all the way to the left. And then just start writing something.
Oh, okay.
And then enter in some money there.
Okay.
And if you want it to be all orange, you can just merge it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, and I don't have to. Okay.
It'll automatically update. So if you just put $75 in the placeholder thing. Then go to the transactions. Make an expense that was a placeholder expense.
Okay.
And then you should be able to pick from the drop down.
There
it is. And then if you go back over, it should update. Oh, you just have to drag down those other ones.
Oh, like this?
Yep. Say okay.
Amazing.
Yep.
That's the part I couldn't figure out. I'm like, why isn't it updating?
Yeah, you just have to drag it down. If you ever run into an issue with it, just let me know, because every once in a while there will be like an extra issue and I'll fix it for you.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. My goodness. Okay. I was like, dude, I'm in spreadsheets like half the day. Like, why can't I figure this out?
Hey, no worries.
Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, sorry. So Mint, bills and utilities, 200. Got that. Entertainment, we killed.
Groceries, or I guess food in your case, $200. Do you think you can do $200 for this month?
Yes,
okay.
I definitely can.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, especially because I bought a 5-pound bag of potatoes and half of it went bad, so we won't be doing that again.
Oh no, that's
so mad. I wanted was potato last night, and I was like, nope, we're not having one of those.
Not having that.
Dining out 150. Charity, we were gonna kill for now. No charity for you.
You are the charity.
Yeah, right. I know. That's why I feel so stupid talking about this goddamn gym thing, because it's ridiculous that I'm being an idiot about it.
Hey, don't judge yourself so hard. There might be a reason you're holding on to it,
Yeah. I don't know why.
You'll figure it out, and if you come to the place where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do 2 day passes a month instead or something, like, figure that out. You'll be fine either way. You're staying afloat.
Yeah.
So
I was also sorry not to go back to this, but to go back to it. I was also like, well, should I do Orange Theory instead? Like, that's right there. I would go to that. Anyway, and it's half the cost, so I don't know.
I would just take a look at all the choices and see, what financially makes the most sense. If you want to, next time, come to this meeting with a list of all the different options so we can talk through it. We could totally do that. But yeah, I mean,
I haven't convinced myself to cancel by then.
Right, there you go.
Put on hold.
Put on hold. Stop telling yourself it's canceling.
Right, because to rejoin is another $500 I would have to put up front, which is ridiculous.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you watch? Do you watch Graham Stephan at all?
No, I don't know who that is.
You should totally watch his Millionaire Reacts videos. I'll send you some links to it because it's just it's motivating to live more frugally. Okay. This guy who's a multimillionaire, he's more frugal than I am. He refuses to spend money, but it's really enjoyable because he'll watch like the CNBC Make It series, and he'll just like critique these people's spending. And like, and it's so addictive. I watch it every single day at lunch, but I've already watched all of them. So
what is his name?
It's Graham Stephan. He's got some great videos. He's a great learning tool too. Graham Stephan, there he is. He's a YouTuber, and he just has some really great videos. And I know you're interested in someday getting into real estate too. And he's just a real estate guru. So he's got this channel, but he's also got over on the featured channel, he's got the Graham Stephan Show. And that's where he does all the Millionaire Reacts videos. It's one of his playlists.
Got it.
But he's great. I love watching his videos. And if you enjoy like going through and listening to what other people spend, and like it motivates me to be more frugal too.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you. I just subscribed to both of them, and so I will let you know what I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those educational but also fun.
Oh my God, so great. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I've been trying to do more YouTube because I was like, I want to get rid of things, and YouTube is free. So
right.
Actually, I pay to not see the ads, so that is a subscription.
That's so funny.
And I need to.
You're so bougie.
I don't want to see ads. Especially now in an election year.
What I'll do sometimes, I'll just turn the volume down on ads, and then I'll be like, okay, this is my moment of silence.
Oh, that's a good idea. A little meditation moment.
Little 10-second meditation.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's smart.
All right, so we added the gym. Mortgage and rent is already in there. You just got to bump your number up over in the planned, because I think that's from mine.
Yes. 2000. 25.
And then pets, you've got 80. And then we need a category for credit card payments.
Should I change?
Actually, you can keep it as debt. That's fine.
Okay. That has already been paid. So my debt has been paid.
Yay.
And I'll look back at when that came through.
Cool. Sounds good. And that's
That's
pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, I would obviously put this session in there. That feels weird telling you to do that, but you will be spending money on it. And we want to know where all your money goes. Yeah. Sorry, what'd you say?
How should I characterize it?
If you want to do learning, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
That way you can see and you know where all of your money is going.
Oh my God, my N key it decides to like type multiple times. And
I think that's it. Isn't that all your budget?
That is basically all. Yes, that is all the things I spend money on in general.
So we've got our total to $3,054, which is less than what you're planning on paying yourself. So that's really good. Because that's less than what you're planning on paying yourself, though, I feel like with you, we should do zero-based budgeting, where else you want that money to go. So you've got the $3,054, but you have a leftover, at least what you're planning to spend or pay yourself, you have a leftover almost $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
So where's that going to go? I feel like it should go to your emergency fund, but what are you thinking?
This $855?
No, that's the difference of what else you still have to spend this month. The difference that I'm looking at is the difference between your planned total spending, you're on the planned income, and your planned income.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean? So,
this is the difference between these two.
Correct. So the planned category is your budget. The actual is how much money you've actually spent to date. The difference is what you are still left over with, or what you've gone over with.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. My goodness.
No problem. And then it's the same on your income side. It's the planned, your actual, and the difference between your plan and what you actually brought in. So right now, looking at it, you have almost $1,800 that you have unaccounted for.
Mm-hmm.
So is that going to go to savings? Is that going to go to debt? Like, I feel like savings right now.
Yeah.
And then after we have a bigger savings, we can start putting additional money on that debt again, just because you've already put so much on debt this year.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear my dog dreaming in the background?
Is that what that is? I just assumed it was him working in the yard or something.
No, she's just dreaming.
That's so cute. Mine, I don't know. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still see you.
Oh, okay. Mine is on the couch right here with me.
Oh, so sweet. Hi, buddy.
He just curled up a few minutes ago.
So cute.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. Okay, so I will put that money towards the savings, which makes me feel so much better. So should I put that in as planned budget then?
Yep.
Okay.
That way you know that that money's spent. So you're not gonna, this is what you base it off of. And you go in here and you know, okay, I only have $800 less that I'm spending this month. Do I have it in my checking? Like, am I prepared for this? And you know, like, that money's already transferred over. It's like tracking it like a bill.
So wait, is it right? Wait.
So 4,800 minus 3,054.
I was like, that doesn't seem right.
So that's 1,746. So if you want to just do 1,746, you could also just give yourself a buffer and do 1,700. Whatever you want to do. But that means the day that you transfer that, you should be, theoretically, as soon as you pay yourself, you should be able to, that same day, move that $1,700 over into savings. And then you can track it in here on your budget.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm being so dense today. I'm so sorry.
You are totally fine.
Wait, when can I do that? As soon as I do what?
As soon as you pay yourself that $4,800.
Oh, yes, got it. Yes, then I can just do 1,700 over.
Exactly. Exactly.
Got it. Thank you.
And you'll track it in your transactions too. You'll go to your transaction just like you would any other expense, and it's just gone over into your savings.
Right. Oh, why don't you look nice and styled the way you should? I'll figure that out later.
If you put it in and then press enter, does it change? Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird.
Huh, I guess you just need to drag down that again. That is super strange.
That's fine. There we go. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Originally, so that sort of stuff bothers me.
I totally get it.
And what's today? Today is the
8th.
8th. Thank you. There we go. Awesome. Oh my God. Thank you so much for doing this as like a working session. I'm sorry that I'm being a slacker.
Hey, don't apologize. This is your time. So it's whatever you want to use me for. If you wanted to sit here and chat, we could sit here and chat. So
I would love that sometime, but that's fine.
It's a very expensive chat though, so however you want to use me is really. So that's pretty much. Oh yeah, 75. So you'll add that to 75. And there you go. You can see now you're planned, and you can just lower that down $29 or whatever. Your plan matches the same amount of money that you plan on making this month.
Got it.
And
awesome.
The nice thing is every expense is covered. So unless there's some sneaking expense we don't know about that's going to be coming through, you've made space for your savings, you've made space for your home, you've made space for all those things. So it's kind of like nice because then you're like, okay, I know I can spend these things. Like when I go and eat out.
I'm like, I don't believe this for some reason. I'm just like, this is too easy. This is too simple.
Yeah, you can, I mean, if you're feeling uneasy about it, just go through your last month's spending and see if there's anything that's missing, anything.
Well, yeah, because like Hulu and Spotify are about $20, which is why I just put that in under subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that those are a missing thing. You know what would make me
What do you
feel
mean they're
better?
missing? They're in there.
What's that?
What do you mean they're missing? Because they're in there.
Sorry. That was not a full sentence.
Totally okay.
God, by this time in the day, I'm so fried. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I feel you.
No, I know that Hulu and Spotify are subscriptions that I know I'm paying for.
Yeah.
So they're going to be in the transactions side eventually.
Yes.
That's what I meant by they're in there.
Gotcha. No, you're fine.
They should be included under subscriptions, but I was wondering, are they baked in somewhere else here already? Sorry. Those were all the words that was.
No, you're fine. You know what? That's something you're going to figure out along the way. So if you realize, I actually didn't need, I don't think they'd be baked in anywhere in here though.
No, it was just, that's what I was just looking through. I'm like, nope, those aren't going to be.
Yeah. Well, then that's the really nice thing about this is that it's manual. So you're always going in, you're checking, and when you realize, oh shit, there was an additional $40 that was going to come out of this, you can update your category. And it's way easier than constantly reallocating and reassigning things in Mint, just because all you have to do is go in and make like one change.
Yeah.
So what I would say is just keep checking your money every day, every time money gets spent. You don't have it, so it's going to be really easy for you because it's pretty much any time it comes onto your bank account because you don't have any other places for that money to come out. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, since you don't have
Venmo, but it's still coming out of the bank account. I just have to make sure that they remember what the frick it's for.
Well, even when you go to Venmo, so say the second that you go to Venmo Me, you're immediately going to go into your transactions, and instead of putting Venmo, you're just going to put personal finance coaching 75. Like you don't even have to worry about like, oh, what was that Venmo purchase for, like you have to do with Mint.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. I just have to make sure that I actually put it in right away.
Yeah, and you'll just, every time you spend money, you just think, okay, I have to put this into my spreadsheet every time, and that's it. And you can download this on your phone where you have Google Drive and the Google Sheets. So that's what I do. I literally, every time I spend money, I just put it right in there.
Yeah, that will make it definitely actually happen because I'm always on the phone.
Yeah,
it's very sad when I get those alerts every week and it says you spent 6 hours on your phone on average per day. I was like, oh, wow.
Fuck you, screen time. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. Right? Like, oh my God.
Running a business over here.
I know. So I'm like, can I do it from my phone? If yes, great, it will happen.
Yeah, that's what I like about it too, because even like it's so easy to be when you're out and you're like, oh, do I have money to go to dinner? No.
So there's 2 times this week that I was like, I think Chloe would be proud of me. There were 2 times this week where I was like, maybe I'm gonna go to Victory Tap, which is like my favorite place down the street. And I was like, they're really gonna serve me.
Aw, that makes me so happy.
No, I'm just gonna hang out here with the dog and I'm gonna make dinner at home. And I was really glad I did that because I wasn't hungover the next day and I didn't spend money. And
I'm so proud of you. That's amazing.
And I did stuff. I did stuff in my 2021 planner.
So wait, would Christine? Let's see. We've been meeting now for 4 months. Would you?
Has it really been that long?
It has been. How would you have 4 months done that?
Oh, I totally would have.
Yeah.
Like gone out. Yeah, and then I probably would have gone somewhere afterwards too.
Right. Be proud of yourself. That's a huge deal. That is behavior change, and that's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's
it
like
really
what
is.
Doctors can't get their patients to do it when they have life-threatening illnesses, and you just did it in 4 months.
Oh, well, thanks. I haven't thought of it like that.
You should.
Thanks. That gym, though, man, that's taken some work.
You know what, though?
We'll get there.
I'll let it slide because you're making so much progress. So obviously, keep thinking about the gym. It's you might get to the point where you just don't want it anymore. And there's a lot of things. When I started this journey, I was like, I'll never give that up. I'll never give that up. And eventually, it just got to the point where I was like, yeah, I want to give that up because I want to say yes to some other things. And You just haven't hit that point yet, and that's okay. And you may never hit that point with this, but there may be some other things you hit that point with. So, just it's a process.
Right. And then the other thing that I've been thinking, I'm like, well, if I'm going to move or like go like be nomadic in some way, shape, or form for even part of the year, I'm going to have to give that up. So I will get there eventually.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. You're gonna
the FI, not Choose FI, not that book, the Fire book.
Yeah.
Where the wife wouldn't give up the BMW.
Yeah.
It was like, she eventually did.
Yeah, because you end up getting so much enjoyment out of the things that you're doing, like the path and the getting to the financial independence, and like you want to get there faster, and you want your whole life to be aligned with it. And I'm not perfect either. I mean, I still spend stupid amount of money on Grubhub, like that's especially in 2020.
Oh, that's a behavior change that I totally have changed since we started working together.
Yeah.
So like I did order Grubhub once in the past month. I don't remember if it was this month or at the end of last month, but in the past like couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I got it. I was like, this wasn't that good.
Yep.
Like, this wasn't worth it.
Yep. And when you
like,
start
salary-wise or money-wise.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so levels.
Yeah.
So.
Nope. I feel that. So it's just give it time, but you should be really proud of how much things you've done. So.
Yeah, and to your point about like the wanting to get it done faster, I'm like, that's half the reason why I put down so much on the debt, because I was like, when I saw the avalanche.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck that! I can't deal with that for this long.
Yep.
Like I will deal with being like cash flow poor for a little while and like build the business back up. But
yeah, you did it, and you know what? It's working out. So yeah. Cheers to that.
All right.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Thank you. No. I do have one question for you, but obviously we'll save it for next time. But I don't know if this is something that you can help with or if this is for somebody else. But thinking about being partially nomadic, at least for maybe like 3 months or 6 months out of the year, eventually, I don't know the first thing of trying to become a landlord and trying to like rent this place out for like 6 months. Is that something that you
I don't know yet. I haven't been a landlord yet. If you are in that Choose FI group, you could totally ask around that group. There's a lot of property owners in that. That's what like on my list of things to learn. But Saya just had an I can't budget with that real estate lady.
I saw, but she was talking about doing it like out of like being a landlord sight unseen. So if it's like I wanted to buy something in like California,
but she's still not a remote landlord.
Oh,
that's the thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe she does consultations or one-on-ones. She might be a good resource to reach out to.
Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, I can't wait to have some of that experience. So that'll be cool, though. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate all your help, and thank you again for doing working session.
Of course. So now
together.
We have been doing this for 4 months now. So my question to you is, do you want to continue meeting every month, or do you want to do every other month? Like, how are you feeling?
I would love to still do every month if you would still do every month, because clearly I need to build this budgeting spreadsheet habit, and I promise that I'm going to do it this month. So,
good.
at least monthly for at least 1 more month.
Okay, sounds good. I think November is wide open for me right now. So do you want to just do a month from today? Is it a Thursday? Or did you say Tuesdays are better for you?
Either one.
Okay, let's look at second week in November. Let's do the 12th, if that works for you.
November 12th?
Yep. And I'm actually going to send you a Zoom invite this time because I finally got the professional Zoom.
Ooh.
I know. Moving up in the world.
Oh, wait, you're spending $40 a month?
No, actually, I got a coupon, and a whole year was only $75.
So worth it because it's $40 a month.
Huh?
I said that's so worth it because it is $40 a month.
That's crazy. I was like,
what I paid.
I was like, man, I don't want, you know me, I'm very cheap, and I did not want to spend money on that. But I did a quick Google search, and I think it's just because it's 2020. So they're offering some good deals, but.
Oh, right on. Good for you. Yeah, that date is totally open.
All right, cool. I'm going to put it on the calendar. You're going to get it from my contact at Clobear email. And I will add a Zoom link too. So until then, I recorded the session, so I'll upload it to YouTube too. Okay. And then, yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, I'll send you your homework and all that good stuff too.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I hope you have a calmer couple of weeks, but I also hope you get those clients.
Yes, it will be much calmer after next Thursday.
All right, cool. Well, cheers to next Thursday. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye.